Am I on? I'm having a lot of trouble today. All right, looks like I'm on. But it looks like my screen is frozen. Oh, no, it's working. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for the patience. I had a little trouble with the camera right here. It gave me a frozen screen. So I hope you guys make your way back. Appreciate you guys joining me this morning. So we're going to continue building the TT-02 Type-SRX. Yesterday we stopped at step 28, which was to kind of pop on the rear diffs. Today we're going to attach the steering linkage and put together the all of the electronics and then glue some wheels, and then hopefully we'll be done. I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you are paying close attention, you notice that I swapped out the motor. And the reason why is last evening I went to do some soldering, and the battery I want to use is this one, the Dean's connector. And then I went to my box to look for Dean's connectors, and I don't have any. So I wasn't able to do any soldering last night and hook up the brushless. So just as a stand-in today, this morning, I'm just going to use this brush system. Cool, I guess some of you guys made it back, I hope. Really sorry about that. So I'm just going to use the Sport Tune, and I have a TB LE04S here, and I'll just use a brush motor. It's all the same hookup. Let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get started, and I have my glue here, as you can see. Alright, so I'm going to start with building some turnbuckles, which is one of the poll questions today. Well, there's only one poll question. Worst part of building an RC car kit? Is it differentials for you? Is it the shocks, gluing tires, and turnbuckles? Take your pick. I managed to solve the turnbuckle problem. You guys saw that. I still have a hard time putting the pins through the differentials. And shocks, more or less, it doesn't bother me anymore. It's more of a pain to wait 20 minutes. But so it's down to gluing tires and differentials. And since I'm gluing tires today, for me, I'm going to vote for gluing tires because that's not my favorite thing to do. But I do have a new solution that I want to try today live. We'll see how it goes. So let me go ahead and close that. Here we go. I need to close the chat window here. I mean the poll window, so I can see you guys chatting. So if you're watching, tell me where you're from. I know some of you guys are regulars now. Sergio, if you're there, I know where you're from. If you're watching from overseas, not here in the United States, let me know. I'm always interested to see where I'm reaching. So let's go ahead and start right here with this turnbuckle. So MB25 should be this right here. Yeah, there's only one left, so it should be this. So I'm going to need 4. So let's go ahead and pop them out. Hey, Leica, good to see you too. I've only had to glue tires once, and that was Such a mess, I know. I think I have to do it again in my UDR. All right, Sergio. Thank you. I checked the ultra low latency setting on the chat today, so hopefully it's not going to take 10 seconds to hear what I'm saying right now. Hopefully it's just 1 or 2 seconds, and then we can interact a little bit more in real time. Big Yaz, RC, nice to see you. Yes, I remember you're in the UK. I think you put out a video a few days ago, right? I watched that one. It was you driving a car at the skate park, I think, if I remember correctly. Something like that. I hope that was you. I remember the thumbnail was you, I think. Yeah, just looking into the camera. That was the thumbnail. All right, so I think I have the right one. Yeah, there's only one left. Okay, let's do that. Let's get my... So I'm going to try to finish the kit today. I'm not going to make any promises. So this side, oh, there's 2 sides. Let's take a look. So I can hardly see. One side, the threads go all the way to this part. One side stops a little bit short. So this is this side. So this is going to be left to tighten. My friend, have a go with my fully built. Oh, you built the granite from scratch. That's nice. Yes, this is PH21. This is a Tamiya TT-02 Type-SRX. Yikes, that's too tight. How are you doing today? Are you also a Tamiya fan, PH21? That's the other way. And we need to get it 5.6 millimeters. All right, and then this side is going to be righty-tighty. Did anybody end up going to the hobby store yesterday? I really wanted to, but I ended up at Lowe's instead. And I'll show you what I got at Lowe's because I needed it. I was just trying to find a solution for gluing tires. And I think I found one. So let me grab the caliper. I made it a wide version Typhoon arms. Oh, nice. Nice. Hey, you got to be careful. You know, Arma might steal your idea. They might make one just like the one you made and call it, you know, the Granite V or something. Granite W for wide. Let's see. I'm just going to tighten this side a little bit more. Yeah, I took a leisurely drive to Lowe's yesterday. And, you know, when you go to a hardware store, you can't just, you know, you got to buy something. It's a big store. Might fit on the Fortec. Mine are starting to go bald. And drifting on pavement. You know, I don't know too much about the Fortec. I've owned one, but I never took it out of the box. I was going to build something. I was going to build a VTA with it, a VTA class car with it, but I never took it out of the box. So I don't know much about it. But if it is a standard 12 hex, 12 millimeter hex, depending on your body, you can just, you know, match whatever. But if you're running on pavement, you probably don't want to go with slicks. You probably want something with tread. I'm trying to think. Probably just go with a Pro line. Or do they make? I'm sure they make. Ask your local hobby store. I'm sorry, like I don't have any good recommendations for the Fortec. I'm sure Traxos will be more than happy to take your money. Video of the mega wide granite build. That's nice. You know what I want to do? Actually, I want to make this wide. I want to make the TT-02 wide. The wide on both front. I think we talked about it yesterday. Just get the TT-02B arms, rear arms on both front and back. Put some short course tires on it, and then slap the Nissan Titan body on it. It might be an interesting build. Why is this not... I could have sworn I tightened. No. I know why. I know why it's not shortening. Let's see. Okay. I'm tightening one side and loosening the other. That's why it's not changing. So this side. Yes, I proved yesterday that it's hard to chat and build. Tend to make quite a few mistakes. I've proved that already yesterday. I'll probably be proving it again today. We'll see how it goes. But I enjoy your company. I enjoy interacting with you guys. So let's see if we can actually do this. Right here it says insert ball connectors into side with the circle mark. So if you can see that, I don't know if you can see that dot there. So let's see if I managed to do that. Yeah, I managed to do it. You can see those two dots. So this side is going to go down on the ball connectors. Let's build another one. Oh, let's double check. 5.65. That's close enough. And this side. I think that'll be a fun build. What I don't really like about the Fortec is that there's quite a bit of wobble on the A-arms. You can always shim it. Like you would just have to measure the diameter. Let's see if I have any shims here. Just have to measure the diameters of the right here. Let me show you. Of this part right here, where the arm, whatever setup it is. This one is that metal shaft right there, aluminum shaft, whatever it is. That shaft right there. So I would just measure that shaft diameter, that shaft, and then buy the correct size shims in different thicknesses, like maybe 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Kyosho makes a lot of shims. And then just adjust it. You know, there's a little bit of play. You want a little bit of play. You don't want it completely, like, you know, rock solid. You know, this would be acceptable. Let me grab the TT-02 and I'll show you what's not acceptable. I don't know if you can see that, but this is pretty tight for a TT-02. Yeah, there's hardly any. I remember the TT-02RR that I owned. I actually did a whole episode on a whole video on shimming the TT-02RR. So that's all you have to do. Just try to shim it. not difficult. And just know that it could be asymmetrical. Just because the left arm needs 3 shims, the right arm may not need 3 shims. It may need 5, it may need 2, it may need only 1. So just keep that in mind when you're shimming. Do them independently. Was this it? Yes. Nice. Oh, nice. Thank you, PH1. Are you building anything, PH1? I assume everybody here are Tamiya fans. That's why you're here. Whatever time zone you're at. Especially Sergio, 9 o'clock in the morning. Like me. All Tamiya fans. Alrighty. Alright. Here we go. Okay, I need to turn this side. If you guys have a better way of doing this, let me know, please. This is the only way I know how to build. These darn turnbuckles. Okay, let's try that. Hey, Kazadon, nice to see you. Give me a second. Just built my first Tamiya, was TT-02 Neo Scorch. Oh, nice, you got the TT-02B. Now I'm in the process of building the AMG GT. Nice, that's awesome. You got the Tamiya bug. Use a screwdriver through the hole for leverage. Yeah, you're right. You are correct about that. This is what Tyler means, just to spend it this way. That still takes effort. This takes no effort. But thanks for the tip. Okay, so those are done. Let's go ahead and build this. Good to see you, Tyler. Where are you watching from? And where are you watching from, Kazadon? Supposedly eliminates back and forth and in and out play. Pop up against people who speedrun like the 4-tech use. Yeah, if there's already an existing part, for sure. Let's put this together. I'm a little bit disappointed at Tamiya for this particular part, and I'll show you why. Because these parts are still plastic. These parts are still what comes with the standard TT-02. And remember, this is a $250 kit. So I think this should at least be aluminum or a different kind of plastic. But that's just me. So I will be swapping this out if it's compatible, because this is a different... this one, the screws come from the bottom, not from the top down. So if it's compatible with the racing one, aluminum one I have right there, I'm going to put that in a little bit later. So I think this is this right here. Does to me use? I don't know, but they have different kinds of plastic. Like that plastic is majority of the trees. And then they have this kind of flexible plastic, you know, for the arms and stuff. So this is pretty good stuff. And then for the SRX, this feels more like a composite of something. Like it just feels a lot stiffer than you know, this kind of plastic. And this is carbon fiber. Like no, it's not. It's another composite. So they have different kinds. Is it true that I don't have too many carbon fiber parts. I don't know. Is it true that carbon fiber parts are kind of brittle? They break easy when you crash? Is that a true statement? Because I was talking to a friend last night, and he was speed running. Everything was fine until coming back, he hit a curb at 5 miles per hour, and it broke the front damper stay. That's why I ask. Okay, so this is symmetrical, so we don't need to worry about this. These two have different sides. I don't know if you can see that. So this side is a little bit lower. So it looks like as long as these two are pointing in the same direction, we can make it work. So let's do that. We're going to need this sleeve right here. One here. One. And let's make sure we get the correct size. 17. 17 is a small. And let's see, we need the ball studs. Usually a good idea to put these on. There must be another bag. I haven't had a Tamiya kit before, so I don't know. You've never had a Tamiya kit, but you're watching me build this? Thank you. I always thought only Tamiya diehards would watch somebody build a Tamiya kit. I mean, I'm an RC car guy for any kind of RC car. Except Traxxas. I wouldn't watch people build Team Associated. I watch people build anything. So let's make sure we get this right. So this ball stud needs to go on the side with the lower. Yeah, this side is flat on top and it extends just a little bit lower, or it's optical illusion, but so that's where the ball stud's going to go. And this ball stud is a 2mm hex. Alright, where's the other one? I should really wear glasses when I'm building kits. Butterfingers. Alright, here we go. Should be this side. I think Tyler just dropped us some knowledge and then took off. Thank you. Alright, let's see, so MC3. I don't see, it's probably this one. And cool. Alright, I'm just going to double check. Yep, this is symmetrical. And then the sleeve. And then this right here. Like, does it make a difference? I'm sure it does. What are the differences between the different plastics? See, I've never got into that. I've ordered some 3D printing parts before, and when it gets to what kind of plastic you want or what kind of material you want to print it in, and I always just kind of like throw my hands up. What am I doing? Am I doing this correctly? No, I'm not. I just kind of throw my hands up and say, I don't know. So what are the, you got any tips for the different type of plastics? Mechanical properties. Yeah, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, if you're familiar with 3D printing, I think you know what I'm talking about. I don't know much. Oh, okay. All right. I know PET is a plastic. So there's different applications, right? One time I wanted to print out a part. Which part was it? Oh, it was the body mounts. I wanted a lay down body mount that goes this way instead of going up. And I printed it, and the gentleman printed it this way. And printing it this way made it very brittle, and probably whatever I selected wasn't strong enough. So I told him, and I think he built it this way first. He built it up and down first, so he was kind of spinning like circles of the plastic, and then went up, and it was very brittle. And then I told him, maybe you can print it this way, and then it came out fine. I have it on another TT-02. I'll bring it in. And then another time, let's see if I can pull this. So the last time I ordered 3D printing, I have this ISDT Cusick Nano. I wanted to mount this onto a board or against the wall or whatever. So I got this printed, and I forgot what this is, but this is a beefy boy. This thing does not flex at all. But yeah, this is kind of stuff that I ordered. Alrighty, so I think MB9 5 note direction A3. Yeah, so their tip is there's a square here. That's the side it's going to go. So there and there. I only pay attention to this part because I've made this mistake before. So there should be one more ball stud for this hole right here. Oh, I should probably tighten this. Just putting it. Let's see, 3D printing, what you're talking about. How you orient the part matters because of layers. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you're right. How's the poll doing? Let me check out the poll. Differential. Oh, we're getting votes on every one. That's cool. There's something for everybody. Turnbuckles and differentials are tied. Density and stuff. Yeah. Oh, wait. Different mechanical properties. Some are more brittle than others, more flexible, etc. Yeah, let's not get into math. That's not my strong suit. Let's just stay out of math today. Even though yesterday I said RC cars are great for STEM, as a STEM project. Let's ignore I said that. It is true, though. A lot of the math comes in learning about the electronics, learning about the amperage and voltage, and understanding what kV is and stuff like that. That's math. There you go. Start to design. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Is that something that's one of your hobbies to do 3D printing? See, that's another thing. And I think 3D printing and RC go hand in hand. I mean, there's a lot of times when I'm like, I wish I can just make this part. I mean, if nothing else, if I can just make this 3D print that myself, that'd be awesome. I'd be selling it right now if I knew how to 3D print. So, the screw, as I said, is going to come from the bottom. It's going to be these two right here. And they want us to put a little bit of grease. Touch MC1 first. Okay. Before the... Alright. Before the other parts. So I like RC cars for the mechanics, expecting tinkering. Quite a few. Okay. It is... Anybody have any nice Sunday plans? I know some of you it's already evening. Like I think it's early afternoon for you. Sergio's in the morning like me. Any nice dinner plans? Going shopping, going to the farmer's market, anything like that? Church? Mosque? Temple? I think we all belong to the church of RC cars, don't we? Okay, so that little bit of grease helps get it started. And I almost grabbed the crazy glue, the tire glue. That wouldn't be good. Just going to add a little bit more for the shaft here. Doesn't rain on my outside. I'm planting stuff later. Cool. Oh, right, it's spring. It's planting season, huh? Okay, I'm not going to go all the way yet. Ah, how's it on? No worries. Start of the stream. I had trouble this morning with the stream. My webcam froze right at the beginning. It didn't start, so I had to restart the computer and unplug the webcam and do all that. Diff oil for my two-wheel drive slash. I have to have a lock diff because I had to replace it. A lock diff in the front, I hope. Not in the rear. Especially if it's... Wait. No, it had to be in the rear. What am I saying? Two-wheel drive has to be in the rear. Yeah, you don't want a lock diff in the rear. That defeats the whole purpose. Having a diff. So... Now... Just make sure... I don't think it matters this way or this way. Actually, it does. Because this needs to be pointing to the back. So it's going to go like this. Yeah, it's going to go like that. And I need to put these Came with oil meant for drag slash. Yeah, you want that. You definitely want that grip for drag from, not for our everyday slash bashing. Part bag C. So you should be. I think the sequence is the same, so you should be catching up to me very soon. I'm building at a snail's pace right now. But that's the fun of building on stream. Let's see. So I'm going to need the nut. Let's see how much of it I got. Okay. I'll probably go all the way through. Oh, this hole. Nice. Did I build them too fast to get a new one before? Yep, I think I understand. I have that same bug. Building is more fun than driving sometimes. Most of the time for me. I just enjoy the I like hold on a second. I hope I'm still live. Are you? There's just a window just popped up and a little bit disturbing, but I think I'm still live. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a key of building an RC kart kit, is to take your time. One, you get to enjoy it. Two, you don't stress yourself out. You know, I mean, I can build a TT-02 in, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, probably, in one sitting, but then, you know, I'd be stressing out of it. I much prefer building it over like 3 to 4 days, you know, and just kind of stop where I want to stop. Like when I get to, I'm trying to think, when I get to the dampers, for example, you know, I got to prepare myself, mentally psych myself up to build dampers. So, I mean, rather take my time. Let me make sure I didn't forget anything. So I need to snap those turnbuckles on now. And if we remember, there are 2 dots here. That's the side they want us to use. So it's here and here. Let's see if I have any trouble. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I build a lot of shelf queens. Most of the cars you see in the build series on my channel, you don't see driving videos of them because they're on the shelf somewhere. Some cars I even sell them up before I even drive them, like the M05 Europa. I just didn't like the way it came out, so, and I wasn't too thrilled about it being a M05, so I just sold it. I still have that Porsche though. Oh God, I hate doing this. This is another thing. If I can find a solution for this, I would. I've been saying in the last couple of days that in my advancing age, hand strength is not it's not improving. I'm just getting weaker. My grip. So I have trouble doing a lot of different things. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go with the electronics. So let's take a quick look first before we jump into it. Actually, you know what? Let me put this over here. So, we're going to start with the servo, and then we're going to test all of the electronics and have the servo powered up before we install the servo saver. That's a pro tip. You don't want to randomly attach the servo saver, and then when you boot it up, when you power it up, you know, the saver is pointing, you know, 180 degrees in the wrong direction. Take the blade out, cutting knife, and use the back of it to connect the steering. Back of my cutting knife. I can't visualize that, but maybe you can describe that or share a picture or something. Okay, I'm going to turn on the fan real quick. Okay, back of the handle, okay. All right, so again, actually I don't need the motor yet. I decided to just have this ESC as a stand-in because I did not have any Dean's connectors last night when I went to try to solder it on. And the battery I'm using is Dean's connector, so I've already ordered it. It gets here tomorrow, so next week when we do the body reveal and everything and do the setup video, I should all be ready. Yeah, that means I have to paint the body this week. That should also be one of the choices on the poll. Oh, gluing tires is running away right now. Building bodies is also, I mean, painting. Oh, masking the body, that's another stressful part of building an RC car kit. Whenever I see a pre-painted body, I'm like, okay, yes, I'll take that one. So this is the Power Hobby R12. This is a low-profile servo. It's aluminum body. Actually, all over. It's all aluminum. And a lot of the drift guys use this. And I think this is the best value in servo, especially low-profile servos, there is. I would dare to say that this is probably the best servo for the TT-02. The specs are... So assuming, like, this ESC is only 6 volts, so the speed is 0.07 seconds per 60 degrees. And it's 9 kilograms, 125 ounce inch. So that's at 6 volts. If I change to a high voltage ESC, I can get it down to 0.06 and 12 kgs. I mean, this thing is a little mini beast for what it is. And I like using low profile servos and TT-02s. It just gives you a little bit more space. And if you know, I mean, it gets tight. So this is a standard TT-02, especially if you use that receiver box for a drift version. This is also a low profile. I think 90% of my RC car kits I use low profile, so I'm not surprised that there's one over there. So anyway, let's power this up. Okay, this is Tamiya. This whole stream is just a case of everything's in front of you until you need it. It just keeps happening. But that's okay. I will go with the flow, unless I can't find the receiver. I laid everything out, ready to go. Yeah, I'm sure it's like right in front of me. Yell out if you see it. I'm not surprised if it's on the table. It is not. It's right here. With all the other brushed DSCs. After about a month, I finally fixed my 2-wheel slash. Only to find out the bulkhead and the shock mounts are going out. I messed up my bulkhead building the kit. And now it's finally coming back to haunt me. Well, 2-wheel drive. They make a 2-wheel drive slash kit. Is that the ultimate? I thought the ultimate was 4-wheel drive. Yeah. You can mess up a lot of things on an RC car, but sometimes that's part of the fun. Fixing stuff is part of the fun sometimes. So servo is always channel 1. ESC's channel 2. And let me just make sure there's an assembled kit. Nice. Let's see. All right. Everything's working. I'm going to leave it powered up. Actually, I'll turn it back on. Let's see. I'll turn it back on. Okay, so now we need to figure out what screw and the parts. This is another part I don't like doing. I wish I just had a simple servo horn here, but this does come with a servo saver, and it's the high torque servo saver, I think. So this will prevent anything breaking, but it's also very hard to assemble. So let's give it a shot. Okay, we need to find parts. So we need the Q tree. This right here. Same price on assembled slash, but I think beginner should get the other. No, for sure. Yeah. I mean, we're building a TT-02 for Christ's sakes. This is the ultimate beginner's kit right here. All right, so let's see which one. I think this is a 25. I always forget which two. I think it's this one right here. I'll receive the channel 1. I don't know. All of the receivers I have, channel 1 is for the servo, channel 2 is for the power. ESC. If that's not the case, I'm sure it's a possibility. A lot of different electronics out there. I think it's this one. Channel 1 is power. And 1 is the turn, 2 is the burn. I like that one. Okay. So you came from airplanes, huh? Did you start with cars and went to airplanes, or you are coming from airplanes to cars? So let's make sure our servo is centered. Actually, let's see. Let's assemble this. Yeah, so we need to put... This is the difficult part, and I don't know how I did this last time, to be honest. So we need to put these two kind of yellowish brass looking rings on here first. So the first one is straightforward, it's pretty easy. This gap indexes onto this piece like that. That's pretty straightforward. But then the next two, no, my dad is airplane. Okay, cool. The next two is a feat of strength. And I'm trying to remember how I did it last time. I think I used a pair of pliers to open it. Something, I think it's something like this. I forgot. I forgot what I did. I think I used, might have used it. One thing that stresses me about streaming is, well, making mistakes is okay, but stuff like this, where if I can't do something, it looks really bad. I probably need to figure out a way to ratchet this, you know, like kind of figure out a way to push on that. But if you guys have a better way, please let me know. I might just skip this part and just put 2 rings on and then move forward. But I will keep trying. I think that's how I did it last time. I built one of these recently. Oh, you know what? I stretched it, so it went on. Huh. That was easy. I guess the key is to stretch it, huh? Let's see if I can push this down. There we go. I actually did it. I've never gotten into airplanes or boats, and I don't think I want to. Not because I don't think it's interesting. I'm fascinating about planes, especially. How many controls it has. It's looks so sophisticated. And so technical. There's probably a lot to learn. But it would stress me out too much. Flying would just stress me out too much. I'd just be in the middle, you know, in midair, and then I'll be worried about everything. I don't want to do that to myself. Okay, the next part is to find Q4 and MC23. So it does come with a nice looking blue servo horn there. And then we need Q4. Should be this right here. Okay. There we go. It is Q4, right? Oh, what am I doing? This way. I need to find the correct screw. Okay, so when you're done, it should look like that. It looks really clean. It looks nice. That does look nice. I wish this piece was aluminum too. So now we need to find a screw for this. It does come with a whole bunch of different screws, right? There's a few in there. Tamiya gives you all of these. I think it's one of these right here. I don't know which one's going to be, so we'll find out. No, this is not it. Sometimes it's just one of these. Catch up with Devon. Alright. Thanks for stopping by, Kazadon. I'll see you later. For sure. Watch the VOD later. Okay, so let's power up the ESC again. It is centered. And we need to line it up dead on like this. More or less. It's a 25 tooth, so it's a little bit uneven. But this is as close as it could get. I'm going to remember that one like a... One is to turn, two is to burn. I'll remember that one. Okay. There we go. Oh, we need to put a ball stud right there. It's probably going to be this little one right here. And MC2 should be this little screw. Yeah. And it's the top hole. So again, I'll be done with this kit probably today. I don't want to go too long. Yesterday I went 3 hours, and that's a bit too long. For me, I just got too hungry. So I think I'm going to go for another hour, but we don't have much left. Maybe an hour and a half. And then next week, I will... the first day, Saturday next week, I will I forgot how to use this thing. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. I wanted to make this perfectly straight, but that's okay. So next Saturday, I'm going to show the SRX completely finished with the body and everything. I'll with the electronics. I might switch out the tires. I'll talk about the race setup. I found an old setup sheet of mine for the Type-RR, the TT-02 RR. And I found another racer's setup sheet online for the TT-02S. So I will kind of put that up on the board and on the screen, and then we will try to set it up the way either I had it or he had it. I'll have the setup board and all the tools and everything, and we'll just measure the ride height and the camber and stuff like that. We'll make adjustments just to show everybody how it all works. I haven't driven it yet, so I wouldn't know the exact setup would be. But we'll just jump off. We'll just start off with one that I find on the internet. So A12. I need the servo mouse. We're up to 11 votes. Thank you, guys. Thanks for sharing your opinion. I can lose anything. Now I can't find the other tree. It's a tree as big as this and I can't find it. And it was right in front of me. Oh, no, that was not the... I'm not having a good morning. I'm having a tough morning. Sorry, guys. Okay, I did find it. Somehow it ended up on the floor. When something like that happens, this is usually when I take a break. When you have a moment of frustration, I usually just take a break, go do something else and come back. And we need to build another link here, so let's do that in a second. Let me find that. MA2, that one. I don't think it's that one. Also not that one. I think these are 10s. Maybe it is this one. Oh, that's a flathead. Nope. I think it is these two. So it's the top hole. And like, do you use power tools to build your kits? Do you have electric screwdrivers, or you just everything by manual force? I can do this whole kit without using electric driver, but it would take longer and it would be unpleasant after a while. Only use hand tools, cool. Yeah. I don't know if it's arthritis or something. I just lost a lot of strength in my hands in the last few years. Losing my eyesight too. I know it's called getting old, but you know, it's kind of maybe starting too fast, too early, too fast. Ones to put into a drill, but I prefer hand driving. When you should stop. Ah, okay. True. Whoops. Nope. Okay. Now let's see what's next. This is not even flush. Did I do something wrong? Oh, there's no... What happened to the washer on this side? Huh. Oh, it's there. I squished it. Yeah, that's the wrong one. That's why. I used the wrong. That's why it's a little bit crooked. It's not this one. It is this one right there. So what kit should I build after next weekend? So next weekend I'm going to... Saturday I'm going to do the setup video, setup stream. And then Sunday, if it arrives in time, I bought a TT-02 clone with a lot of aluminum bits, and it's pre-assembled, so I want to take it apart, count all the aluminum hop-ups, and see how much that would cost to buy individually. And then kind of check the quality of everything and weigh it and see if it's going to be lighter or heavier than the real TT-02. Okay, there we go. That's the transmitter. I forgot to turn it off. So let's build this turnbuckle right there. All right. Oh, did I? Slash. I think everybody would leave my channel if I built a slash. I think everybody would unsubscribe. I would have new people subscribing, but I think a lot of my existing would unsubscribe. It was not intentional. It definitely was not intentional. Unlike all RC cars. But somewhere along the line of this channel, I'd say about a year, maybe a year and a half ago, beginning of 2022, I think. I think whenever it was that I did the TT-02 RR video, the hop-up video, I built mine during thunderstorm. Ah, sounds cool. I think whenever that TT-02 RR series kind of kicked off, it was a very popular series, and I just kept, and I like the TT-02 myself, honestly. I genuinely like the car. And so, you know, I bought the SR, and then that did well, and then I just built other Tamiya kits, and it kind of just evolved from there. I have built other kits along the way, but it's always the Tamiya kits that gets the most views, and I don't mind Tamiya kits. you know, there's certainly they're not for everybody. I think if you're coming from like two-wheel drive buggy, the Team Associated and TLRs of the world, and you come to Tamiya, you're going to question why. And just the right turnbuckle. There's only one left. Yeah. But if you're like me, who in the 80s had a Grasshopper and a Wild Willie, Tamiya is great. It's nostalgic. There's a big following. There's lots of parts. There's a lot of things you can do with it. It's not technology. What am I trying to say? Technologically advanced. It's not going to outperform a lot of cars. I always say Tamiya is only competitive with other Tamiya cars, and that is a true statement. I need to open this back up. 11 to 13 millimeters. I need to open this back up a little bit. Yeah, and that's true. It's hard to hear, but it is true. You're not going to take a Tamiya out there, TT-02, and try to beat an X-ray. It's just not going to happen. There's a price difference for a reason. Crawling these several kits. There are several kits you could do. I think you built one before. Yeah. SCX-10-2. I built the TRX-4 Sport. Yeah. There's another example. Tamiya crawler is not going to crawl anywhere as well as a SCX-10. It's just not. It's not the same. Okay, so now we're going to... There's one screw here, two screws, and then glue the power switch. Bring back the chassis. So let's mount the servo first. Vanquish Phoenix is a great one. I'm sure I can't afford Vanquish stuff. If I remember correctly, the VSX, I think it was called. That was state of the art a few years ago, and I saw the price tag. I'm like, nope. I'll just build these other ones over here. And see, I like quantity over quality, unfortunately. I like having a lot of cars. And I know that's not everybody. You know, for one thing, it's content. For another, I like building. So I prefer having like 5 cars that are $200-300 rather than a $1,500 car. That's just me. So I think these 3 are the correct screws. 1, 2, and 3. I'm not going to use that one. I don't like using the antenna holder. But I also don't want that hole there. So let's see. D12. This should be it right here. Sergio, are you speaking from experience? Did you buy one? I would love to see all your cars. I mean, I would love to have a forum for us to all post cars. That would be cool. I will keep working on my community and bring you guys cool stuff. I'll just grab this. Ah, nice. Have you built it already? And what body? I don't know if it came with the body, but if it didn't, what body did you choose? RC Trailed outside. Hi, pal. Instagram phone dropping. Hey, how you doing, RC Trailed? I've had a few TT-02s and I'm considering SRX. How's the builder? To be completely honest, I think for the price of the SRX, I'm a little bit disappointed at some of the bits that are not aluminum, like the steering, like the motor mount. I wish this car was a better value, and I really wish they took it up a notch from the SR, and I think they did in a couple places. It's more of a change rather than an upgrade. Like the spur gear mount is different than the SR. But other than that, I mean, oh, and this new cuff thing on the drive cups all over. It's new, but I think for 250, I think this kit was. I would have wanted this to be aluminum, because everybody knows the steering is one of the weakest points of TT-02. And the dampers. I'm very disappointed these are not aluminum as well. But it gave me the idea to do a video next week, maybe the week after. Compare all your options for TT-02 dampers, from upgrading from the friction dampers that come with the standard TT-02 kit up to maybe spending $50 for a set of aluminum. So I want to show you guys that, or just make a video sharing those options. I think that would be a good video for me. Like the motor plate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not yet when it comes to body. Okay. It's a TT-02. I mean, I would rather spend the money. It's so expensive, but I looked at all the parts. The Racing TT-02 aluminum conversion kit, it's $250, something like that. It's an upgrade, so it's a conversion, so you still have to own a TT-02. But looking at all the parts it comes with, you're basically converting it to an aluminum TT-02 RR. And so for $300 something, you have a completely hopped up TT-02 RR. I agree with you there. Yeah, I like the motor plate. Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous. I think we need to have a talk with the Tamiya product development department there, because you're going to go brushless with this car, right? It's going to go on track. Nobody's buying this to bash around with, and if it's going on a track, it's going to be brushless, most of the time. I've seen setups with torque tune motors, but let's be serious. Everybody's putting a 17.5 on this, so not having a aluminum motor plate, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. But that's just me. But I if you agree with me, it's not just me. Let's see. Look how much room we have for activities with the low-profile servo. Look at that. That's why I use low profile. Can anybody tell me where that's from? So much room for activities. I think all the racing 101 is necessary. It's not necessary. Yeah, hold on. Let me show you. So these are the recommended. This is going to be another video coming soon. These are all the not these. These are all the recommended parts for a TT-02 that I have. I did it once already with pretty much all Tamiya parts. This time around, I found kind of just generic import stuff, like this set of universals, and it would improve the car quite a bit, and it doesn't cost that much. I think this was like $10 or something like that, $9. I'm sure these are not as good as the Tamiya ones. Good thing about these is you don't have to change the drive cups. Then I have different dampers. This set is quite reasonable. I think another $12, $13. Then I do have some pop-ups that has to be Tamiya. I have the 29 tooth pinion, which you definitely need. The 64 tooth spur, and this is the racing aluminum steering, which I'm hoping fits this car. And what else do I have? I have the high-speed gear set for the spur gear. So yeah, so these are some of the hop-ups I recommend. Oh, there's a aluminum shaft. Yeah, there's a shaft and drive cups, right? I mean the propeller joints right here. Race a Type S with a low-profile servo. Yeah, I just love low-profile servos. To the point where people just tell me, yeah, I get it. Low profile, yes, okay, stop. Because I talk about them in the Discord server, and people are like, hey, we get it. Yeah, where do you race? Local track? What state are you in? I cannot see anything. Are you going to race in the TCS? Are you close to a TCS? Thanks. I'll break it. Okay, there we go. So there we are. I usually put the receiver on top of the, oh, I broke the, so this is broken now. I can't use this anymore, but it's Okay, these are only $13. That's fine. I'll live. Let's go ahead and use this as a temporary. This is all temporary because I'm not going to keep this electronic system. The brushless is going in later on this week. So I'm just going to do everything kind of minimum. Northern Ireland. Cool. Thanks for watching. The Ulster Model Car Club, the Winter Series indoors. Man, I'm jealous. You guys have indoor carpet. The track near me that was indoor carpet went out of business like 4 years ago, 2019. Yeah, which is a shame. And that was when I first started getting into on-road, and then they closed shortly after. All right. Okay. Now ESC. The heck? So I'm just going to do it like this. Okay. I know there's a big following on Tamiya in the UK. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Northern Ireland is part of the UK, right? It would be the same as if I lived in, Vancouver and people think it's the United States. So I understand. It's just, Americans are not known for their geography knowledge. I just happened to look it up once. What's the difference between Great Britain, UK, and England? Kind of makes sense. That's the strongest Tamiya plug ever. Yeah. It's an adapter. And I just wasn't pulling it back far enough. So you have quite a bit of room here for everything. I think the orange, we don't use the orange, I think it's these two. Let's see if this receiver still works. Okay, I think we got it. It is, but unfortunately it depends on who you ask, of course. I'm a little bit understanding of the politics. Yes, I understand. But I was very happy to see that everybody was very gracious towards the Queen when she passed. I didn't see too many people say things like "good riddance" or anything like that. And the fact that she passed in Scotland, and I think they did her right with the whole caravan and flying her back. That was well done, I think. Okay, so that's that. I will glue this, tape this right here. For now, I have another piece. Extra tape. I'll just use this super thick one. Let's see. I hate doing this. I hate peeling this. I just don't have the fingernails to do this. And I end up bending this rubber, like just twisting it apart. Why do they make it so hard to peel? Okay, there we go. Do you have other Tamiya cars, RC, Trailed? Do you have other brand cars? Are you only into Tamiya? Alright. Let's get some trash off the desk. Getting to the wheel nuts very soon. Alright, so we're done here, and next are the wheels and actually I need to put this link on. I almost forgot. I have no steering. One more turn. Okay. I see. Sport tune fitted. What's your thoughts on it? It's a little bit quicker. It's not that much quicker. I think it's only 6% quicker. I know this because I ran a test on it. It's not significant enough for you to switch only through this. This is temporary. This was supposed to go in there, and this was actually in there already. But I found out last night I don't have any Dean's connectors, so I had to take this out and swap this in for now. But yeah, it's only marginally better. There is, if you really want a brush motor that is significantly faster, give me a second, I will find it. It's on my Amazon wish list. It is the red one. I'm trying to tell you which one it is. I'll find it in a second here. Like Super Z or something like that. Glad you asked. And I did a test last week as well. Tested different ESCs, brushed ESCs, and that also makes only a marginal difference on the speed. But what I will be testing next week should make a big difference. I'm testing different turn motors and different motors in general. And I'm also going to test a 550 motor. So it's the super stock, this one right here. This one is significantly faster. Enough that it was worth the $30 to buy it. The Sport Tune is only $16. But I would buy that one if I wanted to stay brushed. But I'm going to test the 550, so we'll see how that goes. So 17. It is 17.5. It's a just stock. That is the spec class that I would be racing this car in if I was to race this. Fixed timing, 17.5, even though some people run others. I like to stay within the rules. And the Hobby Wing Just Stock is like my go-to brushless setup. Okay, now let's let me show you my tire gluing setup, and I had a picture of it on my Instagram if you follow me. Actually, you did, RC. And so I have this thing right here, and what this does is help me push the tire down and exposes the bead of the tire away from the wheel, because that's one of the things that I have trouble with. You know, peeling back the tire and then applying glue and then peeling back the tire. Had a lot of trouble with it. Glued some terrible looking tires in the past. So I finally got this, and then I found that it was hard to press this down and do this. A lot of my problems are hand related. I'm just losing a lot of strength. So I came up with this. The reason it's off the table is because once I have it pressed down, I'm going to put 3 clamps on it. And so it's going to be kind of like this. It's going to be kind of off the table like this. And so it's already, the bead's going to be exposed, and then I can just apply the glue this way. And I have the glue right here. So let's give it a shot. I haven't tried it yet. I only figured this out last night. And this is what I got at Lowe's last night, yesterday. I went to Lowe's to get the clamps. It was very cheap. So here are the wheels that came with the kit. Oh, that's another thing. This kit doesn't come with tires. I understand, it's a race car. The tires depends on the surface. Yeah. You're racing on. You know, you can get different kind of tires, slicks, different price range. I understand. But still, give us like a basic set of tires. So I'm probably only going to do 1 or 2 of these tires gluing wise. And then kind of move forward, finish up the car. Because like I said in the beginning, I don't want to stream 3 hours again like yesterday. Okay, there we go. Okay, I hope these are the correct size. I think they are. These are the 110 medium narrow racing slicks. This is what my track had. They had the, I forgot what the red one's called. The higher end ones, and they were like $16, twice the price of that one. And I said, I'm just going to glue these on stream. I'm not going to use them. Because I'm not going to use these on that track. I'm going to buy the track tires. I'm going to buy the sweeps, the Evo 32s, when the time comes. So I just want to glue this on camera and show everybody, and that's it. I'm not going to use this. All right. Black and round is better than no tire. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you already have all the buy all the electronics. You already have to buy a body. You know, give us a break somewhere. What body do you have on your race car? There we go. Okay, I think I got it. All right, let's move this out of the way. So this thing is from RC, but there is a generic version of this that's just blue. There's no branding on it, and it's a lot cheaper. And it does come with two adapters. This one right here, and this one for different size wheels and tires. Let's see if I have the correct adapters today. Yes, I do. You see that? That peels the tire back all the way. I wish I would do it a little bit better. I wish this was a little bit taller. Actually, let me take this out. Let's see what happens. Ah, okay. I think I need this in there. Let's see. Nope. Okay, so I think this is it. This is not, I mean, that's pretty good. This side is pretty good. This side isn't fully exposed. I guess we can do a better job centering it. Let's see. Okay, that's a little bit weak on this side. All right, that looks like it's exposed all the way around. And these clamps put a lot of force on the, and it's going to help peel the tire back even more. Oops. Okay. So, there we go. We have a very nice opening right here. And I'd like to call out Proline to having the nerve to charge $12 for a bottle of crazy glue, but hey, if people are willing to buy it, all the power to you. I don't think that is exposed. So I'm going to take off this one. It's regular CA glue. It really is. It's the same thing. Don't fall for that special formulation talk or anything like that. That messed up there a little bit, and I still need to do this side. But all in all, that's a lot easier than just peeling it back with my hands. And it comes out pretty clean. Except that smudge right there. And so... I don't know. This Traxxas has a purpose. And this is the way I see it. If you're a mom or a dad that works all week and your kids are very into RC cars and you just want to take them outside, you don't want any headaches, you just want to, you know, stand there and let them play for an hour or two, have a good time, that's what Traxxas is for. So if something breaks, they can just walk into a... because when a car breaks, your kid can't play, and it's heartbreaking. I know, I was a kid. That happened to me a lot. My car broke a lot, and I didn't have a lot of replacement parts back then. And that's who it's for. You know, just imagine, you know, on a Sunday afternoon, you're take your son to the park or daughter to the park, and, you know, with a couple batteries, and you're going to let them run the car around. You know, you don't want something that's overly complicated. You just want, you know, something that's dummy proof, easy to fix, excellent customer service, wide parts availability, and everybody knows the name. And that's what Traxxas is. It absolutely serves a purpose in the marketplace. Some of the business practices is a different thing, but hey, to each his own. You know, they make their parts are good enough. They're not the best. That's why there's such a huge aftermarket. But if you stuck with Traxxas parts, you know, you're not gonna... The quality is not going to be bad. I mean, the fit and finish is not going to be bad. It may break more than maybe an RPM part, but, you know, I could have running, but old Ford fan. My Rally TT-02 and Escort Cosworth. Ah, okay. It's not very aerodynamic, but yeah, I can see that. I run a GT body. I don't like, for racing at least, you have to have a spoiler. If not, especially with the brushless motor, if not, you're just going to be all over the place. My track is very technical. There's a lot of turns. There's only one straightaway, and, you know, it's only 60 or 70 feet straightaway. The rest are just kind of 90-degree turns, 180-degree turns, so it's more technical. And if you didn't have a spoiler, I don't think you would stay on the track. That was the first and last time I glued tires. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I didn't glue the last two cars I built, I don't think. Yeah, I didn't build the XV02. I didn't glue the XV02 tires. For that reason. I just didn't want to glue it. Oh, plus I didn't have the right wheels yet. I was buying the Audi Quattro body, and that has different wheels than the ones that came with the kit. So I didn't glue it for that reason. Plus, I just don't like gluing wheels. Like I said, my local track sells the track tires. They're Sweeps Evos. Those are the tires that runs well on that track. You know, why am I going to run something else? But I think if you have a little bit of help, Leica, have a little bit of help, have a little bit of patience, I think you can do it. It's not, it's unpleasant, but it's not like impossible, like what I'm doing right now. That's why I found a shortcut to do it, kind of a tips and tricks kind of thing here. I mean, this makes it so much easier. I'm thinking 4 clips might be better. Jeez. Good thing that didn't hit me in the face. All right, let's try that. The large Modero body has a large mic. Oh, that one. What brand is it? Modero, Mondeo. Is that the brand? It has the 2 large wings, right? It has the double wings. And it has an interior. Has like 2 drivers. Is that? Am I thinking of the correct one? Because I think I've seen that body before. There was another YouTuber that had that tire, and I made the comment. I was like, where did you find that wing? The spoilers, because the Tamiya ones only had the lower wing. It didn't have that top wing. And he's like, no, this is not a Tamiya body. This is a yada yada. I don't know what it was. Is that the one you run? I will have to learn to glue tires when I get my UDR in a few days. I have to come unglued. I'm not surprised. I don't think they make a thing like this for that big of a car tire, but I would imagine that it may be easier because the tires are bigger. Slightly, because then you don't have to worry about laying down such a fine bead. You know, you got fewer worries to worry about. You can be really kind of generous with the glue, and it does not. It looks okay. It's not great. So put that rubber band on it. So guys, I'm not going to glue the last 2 because I want to. I'm not going to glue the back either. I'll do that later. I'll glue this at another time, but I'm going to mount these right now, so I can wrap up the build. Big glue. Now that'll go in. 8 SI, medium CIB. Is that 8? BSI. Yeah. Is that Bob's Industry or something like that? I have some other stuff. I have like the I have something that helps loosen the crazy glue. I think it's something Industries. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, Bob Smith. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I like the. I don't have it, but I like the fact that there's an Insta set. Like if I glue this and I spray that stuff on it, it would just instantly dry. I mean, it's pretty fast itself, but it would instantly dry, and I thought that would be pretty cool. So let's see. Let's cross the finish line right here. Let's put the wheels onto the. Actually, let me do the body post and give the glue a chance to dry. So this is the front, and it's going to be the B5s. This is 6, this is 5. Need both of those. So that. Oh, that's another thing that I wish. We've been speculating about a TT-03 on my community. I had some voting. I had some polls asking what would be a good standard feature on a TT-03 if they're going to make one. And stealth body mounts was pretty high on the list. I mean, I hate punching holes in bodies. One, it's not very easy to do. Even with the right tools, I always make the hole too big or too small, and I always miss the spot. I know there are tools to help me, but still not great at it. Oh no, it's not the same quality as the Tamiya version. As far as I know, the Mondella body is no longer available. Oh, that's a shame. I got some funny looking parts left over. I mean, I got a couple O-rings here. Did I build something wrong? I gotta go back and double check, because I don't remember seeing anything with those big O-rings. Alright, here we go. That is cool. I said yesterday that it would be awesome if I could be a YouTube channel or just a lifestyle where I can travel the world and check out the different RC communities around the world. You know, kind of be the Mark Wiens of RC. And, you know, I attend races or try to race on the tracks and just talk to people and maybe, I don't know, buy a car and build it in that country. I mean, if they have something unique, but I would definitely buy stuff. Regardless. I would definitely buy cars all over the world. Electronics, stuff like that. You know, see what classes they run. Key to drilling bodies. Check positioning, check often when punching them. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. And I have this. I think these are the correct set. I have these magnetic posts to help me. I think this is the broken one. Yeah, I got one and it broke. And AMain replaced it. Yeah, here's the replacement one. Here's the replacement one. But I also got these ones. And I think, yeah, this is the one for 110. And so these really help kind of mark the body. But still stressful. The 0s 1 go on the battery holder mounts to the O's. O-rings, I'm guessing. Yes, they do. They do. Yeah, you're talking about these right here. Oh, these O-rings? Ah, okay, let me see. That's the next page. I will double check. You might be right. I didn't know what you were talking about there for a second. Yes, so I was saying that I'm going to get the BR, the TT-02 BR, and I hope it comes within a couple weeks. So that following week after next, I can, so next week is like the 23rd, 24th. So either beginning or May, end of April, I want to hopefully have the BR. If not, I will spend 1 weekend building the TT-02 Titan. And then we'll wait for the BR. Alright. Okay. I need the other 2 wheels. So instead of giving us aluminum steering, they gave us aluminum wheel nuts. Thanks, Tamiya. I don't think Tamiya is a RC car company. I think they are a hop-up company. It's like it's like inkjet printers, right? They don't really make inkjet printers. They make ink. And that's why they don't like you using aftermarket ink. Because they sell you the printer cheap, and they expect you to buy the expensive toner and cartridges. And I think that's what Tamiya is doing. They sell you a cheap car to get into the market, and then a whole bunch of hop-ups for you to spend money on. Brilliant strategy, by the way. Okay, let's put on the bumper, MA1. Hey, I'm really happy I'm finishing this on stream. I was a little worried that, oops, I wouldn't be able to. For whatever reason, I would have technical difficulties. That's always my biggest fear. So I'm glad I was able to finish it on stream here. So let's put this on here. And MA1 again. Just whatever steps screws are left nowadays. Yeah. Is that correct? That's not correct. Huh. What am I missing? Inner hole. It's not that hole. It's this hole. Okay, something's not working here. I'm at an awkward angle. Alrighty. That rumbling sound, if you can hear it, is the garage opening. Alrighty. Okay. And connect. You are correct, sir. It is the O-rings for the battery mount. Thank you for pointing that out to me. Where's the battery? And it is... Okay, if I can find the other ring. Can't find the other clip right now, but that's okay. We'll just pretend. And of course, I don't have the body ready yet, but I will. And so there we are, guys. We are done. We built the TT-02 Type-SRX on stream. And that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed building this kit. I'm not terribly happy with the value of the kit and, you know, the price point and what comes with the kit. But as a car, it's a TT-02 and I enjoyed building it. So, and I enjoy having you guys here watching me build it. We'll do it again next weekend. Next Saturday, I'm going to put this up on the setup board and tune it to a setup sheet that I found online of another racer of the Type S. I've never put this on a track, so I don't know what the setup should be. But we'll just use that as a reference to make adjustments to the camber, toe, and I'll show you some of the hop-ups that I'm going to put in, like the dampers that I'm going to switch them out with, and the steering. I'll work on some of those things next weekend. So let's see what purpose they serve. I don't know, but having them worth alloy. But having them was not worth alloy and tires. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I wish this was a better value, but there are some, and I'll also point out, compare this to a regular TT-02 and point out what the differences are, what the upgrades are, and there's some interesting points there as well. This car is very low. This is a race car for sure. I mean, this thing is, it feels low even for a TT-02. It's like barely off the ground. I'm just curious. Hold on a second. I'm like very curious right now. This thing is... it's not on the setup board, but I think this is like 5 or 6 millimeters off the ground right now. It is very low. I mean, over here is -3, so that's 7. But I think at the front, the skid plate, it's even lower than that. So that's interesting. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for joining me, and we'll do this again next Saturday, and I'll post the time and what we're going to be doing on my YouTube channel. So thanks a lot, everybody, for watching, sharing this with me. RC Trail, Leica, Sergio, if you're still there, thanks for watching, and have a good Sunday. I'll see you guys next weekend.